Morning, morning, Salo. How are you? Good morning, Yakin. Just waiting to get a few more people to join, and we'll get started here in a few moments. Morning, Rizlek. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. I do have the risk disclosure up, guys, so you can kind of review that as we kind of wait for critical mass. We'll get going here in a minute or two. Hopefully, everyone had a excellent Memorial Day weekend for those who are in the U.S. All in the mind. I like your handle there because trading is a lot about the mind. Hey Niels, hey Frizu, hey Sapadilla. All right, guys. A couple items of business here before we get started. One is if you're not a subscriber, I would encourage you to do so. One, you get the benefit of getting notifications when I do come online. Also, if what I'm sharing with you does resonate and does support you in your trading, encourage me to do this on a daily basis. Right. I'm just kind of trying to build my channel to a point where I can get compensated for some of this. Just to be perfectly, honest with you guys. And while I do enjoy the analysis, I'm also sharing this with many of you also, right? So the idea is that, I want it to be a benefit, win-win for everyone. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go through the risk disclosure here, guys. So we all understand that I'm not here as the market trader, company and person to be treated. This the information I'm providing is to be treated as general information only. Okay. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. All right. Futures trading does contain a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their initial investment capital and be responsible for it. Only use risk capital, money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle, should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing here is a solicitation, an offer to buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results here. Okay. All right. All right. Now that I've gotten the risk disclosure out the way, we'll go ahead and take a look at the news. All right. We'll pause for a second, make sure that everybody can see the screen. Looks like we have. All right, Tron. Earnings. Let's see. Go ahead and select economic calendar. All right. Filter. Clear all. And we'll select US. And we'll select 2 3-star events. Apply. And then we'll just take a look. All right. So we do have a consumer confidence number coming out here in for May, coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's probably the highlight of today's news. Okay. right? So we do have a few FOMC members speaking, which always has the potential of shaking the markets up a little bit. But I would say that the big event is this consumer confidence number that's coming out here at uh, at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, so 10 a.m. is already. I mean, if you've been if you've been with me long enough, you know that 10 a.m. is already time to be wary. All right, that's a time where we have European option expirations, and those options that have futures exposure also impact future markets, right? So 10 a.m. should already, on a daily basis, should already be listed in your list of times to be wary. Okay. All right. So now that we did the news, I'm going to stop sharing, and then we're going to go ahead and select my charts. Again, we're going to pause here for a minute, make sure that everybody can see the screen. If I can get some confirmation that you guys can see my screen, I won't get these frantic posts saying that the screen is blank, right? Blank or black. All right, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and start in on with the gold market. Now we're going to try to keep every market to 10 minutes, right? That's the promise I make to you. We're not going to emphasize any one market over others. But one thing of interest, guys, is we had a little bit of a kind of, we would say, kind of like abbreviated trading here yesterday, right? So we're gonna adjust accordingly, especially when it comes to our volume profiles. All right, we're gonna have to do some adjustments here to kind of capture everything that we need to capture. And to be honest, we're gonna treat Monday really as kind of like overnight, kind of trading here. We're all just included as one bigger, bigger, bigger volume profile rather than treating it as a separate profile altogether. We'll just treat it as one composite profile here. Okay. So starting with the daily again, you can see here that we are reacting away from an area, all right, in the market. Like to capture as much of this consolidation area as I can. Okay, as part of this move, more of the bodies than the wicks. Okay, when I draw these, I don't really care about the wicks because the wicks are just feelers, right? They're just going out and seeing where if it's safe to proceed in that direction, right? So when I capture these areas, I try to capture as much of the bodies as I can, and the focus is always in the consolidation areas, in the areas where price leaves, right? So we had here a consolidation area here back in the beginning of May. We had a push away. We came back and we're pushing again away. This could be construed as looks like maybe a 3 outside up kind of reversal pattern in the gold market. All right, so we could be in store for another leg higher in gold. All right, so let's see. I was going to turn off, but I don't think I need to. Everything looks to be in order. What I don't have is settlement price. That's good. Well, maybe I need to go to a lower time frame. All right. So let's go ahead and move down to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. We're going to go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a minute. Okay. And we can see that we are above some numbers that we care about. Okay. This yellow is the 233-day EMA. We are also above or working to get above VWAP. And we're also working to get above some price structure here at 2356. If we do 2356.5, I don't know what the high is here. 2360 is the high. If we do manage to get above that, well, we really have, outside of this small consolidation area, pretty clear sailing all the way up to about 2415. Okay, that's when we start to see some areas where this move could could meet some sellers. All right, we do have an area here, okay, right above us at 2360, 2365, that could cause price to stall. But if we do get above this, then I don't see anything here necessarily to get in the way of price further discovering until we start to get to this consolidation range above. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, more candles. We see that we are being above. What is this? Yeah, I got two yellows here. We got yellow above. Oh, this is an anchored VWAP. Let's go ahead and remove that, I think. Yeah, I was experimenting with anchored VWAP, guys, a little bit over the weekend to see if I want to incorporate that in my trading. For now, I'm going to keep it as just an overall VWAP for the day. But I have been experimenting with anchored VWAP to see if that gives me any more refined reference levels. Okay. All right. Okay. So similar story here. We have price above the above VWAP. We have settlement price below us here. And then we have EMA also above us. So we're kind of in between these two reference levels. Okay. So unclear necessarily which one, I guess, to so part we have some conflicting information, as I guess is what I want to say. All right. All right. So now as far as volume profile goes, this go around, since we had that abbreviated session yesterday, there's two plans of attack here. Okay. We could either ignore yesterday, all right, okay, or we could incorporate it as kind of let's call it overnight trading, all right. Just consider it low, another time of low volume, all right. I'm probably going to go with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select Friday. Now instead of shutting down here, I'm just going to extend this all the way through. Okay, all the way through to the close of Monday. All right, that's one avenue that I'm going to take here. All right, the other avenue that you could take in is that we just treat Friday and ignore Monday altogether. Okay, just ignore that Monday altogether and whatever Friday provided, because that was the last full session that we had. So I'm going with this. I may decide to adjust this and only go to Friday, but I'm going to go ahead and select this entire range and have that be my value area. All right, arrive at that value area that way. Okay, let's see if that's generated any questions. All right, no, it did not. All right, so we are above value, above VWAP. Okay, above settlement price. Okay, the only thing that's conflicting is the fact that we are below EMA. All right, now let's go ahead and open up some ADR levels. We are already at ADR. Okay, we're already at ADR. Now, if this candle closes off as a 30-minute candle, as bearish, maybe this will provide us potentially a reversal from this area, right? The fact that it happened so early in the market leads me to believe that we could be experiencing more of a sustained auction to the upside, right? I don't necessarily like to see ADR broken within the first candle like this. Okay. But nonetheless, it is a level, and if I do get price structure that supports a reversal, then it would be wise for me to align myself to that, right? Okay, so we are at the top end of ADR, all right, top end of the range, and we have ADR below us. So let's go ahead and call out some of these levels. Okay, so we have ADR high here at what is this? Let's call it 2355.8. Okay, we have ADR low at 2320.5. We have settlement at 2334.5. And let's go ahead and turn off ADR levels, and we'll turn on ASR here. We have 2380 above. Okay, 2380 above, 2380 above, which also happens to be that EMA level, right? Right at that EMA. It's funny how these things kind of all play out, and we get these confluence levels. Let's see what the low end is. So it's 20. Move this away. 2337.3. 2337.3. All right. Okay. So how can we play this? Well, let me just go ahead and I can turn this off here for a second and turn ADR back. Okay. So we can play this as a potential reversal. We've already talked about that. Okay. We can wait for price to come back to VWAP, right? And use that. Let's go ahead and turn on initial balance here. Okay. So we have initial balance, right? That could offer us some levels as well. Initial balance high, initial balance low could offer us some levels as well. So we have VWAP, we have IB high, IB low. IB high could also be another area, again, similar to what we're using ADR for as an area for potential failed auction, right? We can get up to this EMA level and fail lower, all right? That's certainly possible. We have a demand zone down the middle here. Okay, we've kind of bounce. Well, we can come back to this level and reverse off of it. All right, and then obviously we have the sort of the gravitational pull that we always get with settlement price, right? So if we start to get some momentum to the downside, this level here is going to be more and more appetizing to the sellers and also to the buyers for a potential reversal. Okay. So those are probably the 3 or 4 hypos that I would be. A couple hypos on the long side, a couple hypos on the short side. All right. So that's pretty much what I have to say about gold. Let's take a peek here and see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the crude oil market. All right, so crude oil, we'll move that over to the crude oil. Okay, we're going to go ahead and expand this here. All right, we're going to turn off ASR. We're going to go to the daily. All right, similar to what we're seeing in gold market, we're reacting off of some levels here. You know, again, we've been kind of in this choppy kind of consolidation range. We have now a series of 2 developing bullish candles, okay, relatively strong, most recent of which are relatively strong, right? Looks like a Maribozu type of candle off of a reference level that we care about. In this case, the 233-day EMA, all right? Market has been in consolidation of late, okay, and looks like it's trying to make a push to the upside. Okay, the line in the sand for me to really kind of embrace the longs would be 80. All right, it needs to get above 80 for me to really embrace the long. Okay, on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, similar. You know, we have the EMA above us. We're above VWAP. We're above settlement in what appears to be a bullish, you know, kind of move at the moment, right? If I'm drawing this channel here, I'd like to be able to draw the channel off this break here. So this right here seems like the logical, right? Once it broke this level, did it, sustain this trend to the upside? And so far it has. Okay. This is kind of the channel that I'm drawing here for crude oil on the 4-hour chart. Looking at the 30-minute chart, okay, so we have that channel that I drew on 4-hour, okay, which is especially useful for us, right? Because it gives me a guide from a 4-hour perspective and see how it falls on the 30, okay? So it continues to bounce away from the lower end, right? Did that once, did that twice, okay? So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to open up our volume profile, right? And we're going to select Friday, right? 6 o'clock, and we're gonna drag this all the way through Monday, all right? All the way through Monday, because we want to incorporate as much information as we can, okay, without compromising, looking at a treating Monday as its own entity when it's really a low volume day, okay? All right, so we are above value, all right? That's what it tells us, that we are in kind of a bulls are indeed in control of the market. We're going to go ahead and open up ADR. Okay, we are already above ADR, right? It came back, bounced above ADR. Looks like we're trying to make another leg higher, all right? That we can get this candle to support here. We have, some selling going on at the moment in pre-market, right? We're about 3 minutes away from the open of the market, so I won't turn on initial balance just yet. So we'll start to capture some of these levels before we start talking hypos. So we'll go ADR high. Here is, we're going to call it, let's see, 78.60, 78.60. ADR low is, looks like around even 77, maybe 77.01. Let's call it 77. That penny is not going to make much of a difference. Settlement, we're going to call it settlement is 77.72. Okay, we're gonna call out ASR here, but probably need to adjust ASR once the equity market opens. So we'll go ASR here is let's say 79.02, which we are also challenging, 79.02, and then ASR low is 77.65. 77.65. Okay, so these are some levels, all right, reference levels that we want to keep in mind for this market. All right, we're going to go ahead and well, still a couple of minutes away from the open. I was going to go ahead and open up initial balance. We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll wait for initial balance here a little bit. But in any case, the idea here, guys, is we are above value. We are above some of the indicators that we reference levels that we care about, right? Now, this gives us, obviously a huge opportunity, right, for us to look for opportunities, back to some of these, right? A VWAP price, come back to VWAP, or come back to EMA, or come back to settlement price. These are all, 3 to 1, 4 to 1 kind of risk reward trades, right? The question is, the only thing that remains for me is, are we going to get some structure, okay, either off of IB Edge or off of some other reference level structure to indicate that is indeed the case, okay, that indeed that is a possibility, right? And ultimately, we need to get below 78.80, all right, before some of that sentiment can get some legs, right? Then we can see that maybe we get the potential of moving down to VWAP, down to EMA, down to settlement price. We're already getting some moves along that way. We had a closing candle here just before the open, indicates that this may be a potential reversal pattern. Okay. Only thing remaining is, do we get an equal candle here? Or are we going to respond off of this 78.80 level? Okay. So those are kind of maybe some short, options that we might have, right? We've already reacted a little bit away from the top end of this channel, but we obviously need to see a channel break before we can really embrace the shorts, I would say. Okay. It might be too early for us to take on that kind of trade without any sort of break below. Okay. If I am a buyer, well, we have ASR below here at 78.31. We also have the same levels that I mentioned as targets could be areas for potential reversals. Or we can continue looking to see if this channel is going to offer us some opportunities, basically, stop below and price continuing to rise above. Okay. All right. Did I call out the levels already? I did call out. I should have called the levels. Where did they put the levels? Did they lose the levels? There it is. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I have for crude oil. Let's check to see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions. Let's continue with the equities market. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with the NASDAQ. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up the daily chart here. All right. Daily chart. Okay. Continuing to push higher. Okay. Gonna get rid of this channel here. All right. I'm hearing a little chirping going on. All right. Okay. So move this up here. All right. So really, I mean, again, we continue to be in a kind of bullish pattern here on the NASDAQ. We had a couple of indications that maybe people were starting to think that price was going to begin to reverse, only for Friday and into today, indicating that that might not be the case. Okay, so we continue to be in a bullish channel, making and hoeing new ground. All right, in the market. All right, 4-hour chart. Similar kind of thing, although we are developing in this case more of an engulfing candle, right, which is obviously something to make note of. And this is about now less than an hour away. It'd be interesting for me, since we are up on the upper ranges, if this is going to indeed be engulfing, then that could be the first signal that we might just start to see maybe a little bit of a move lower, right? Maybe down, maybe as low as 18,000. Let's call it to the base of this here, 18,746, right? Assuming that we can get a bullish engulfing off this candle, that might give us enough impetus or enough of an indication that prices could head lower. All right. 30-minute chart. We are starting to see that we are below some of these that we care about, VWAP being the first. Okay. Price has been basically respecting VWAP all the way up. Now we're starting to see that price may fall below. If it falls below, then obviously settlement price is definitely in the radar, okay, of a destination, right, for price. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile here. We're going to go ahead and locate Friday, which is back here somewhere. All right, right about there. Drag that across. I'm going to include Monday here just because. Right about there. Okay. So here we are. We've kind of shot through value. Now we've come back to retest it. And so let's see, came back in. Now it's respecting value area high right here. Expecting value area high at the moment. Okay. If that holds true, then there's the opportunity for price to kind of turn its way all the way through value, which would make for a very nice trade. Right. What's in its way? Well, we have this area here around VWAP. Okay, this area here. We also have settlement price in this way from a full traversal of this range. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing in NASDAQ. So let's go ahead and start calling out these levels. Initial balance is still a ways away from being a factor here. So let's start with ADR. Let's open that up. We've already reacted off of ADR. Okay. We're reacting away from ADR. So ADR high has already done its thing, right? ADR high. ADR high is what was, let's see, 971.25, 971.25. We have ADR low at, what is it? 18,778.50, 18,778.50, 18,778.50. Okay, we have settlement at 18,876, 18,876. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn this off here for a second and turn on ADR. We have ASR, I should say. So we have, what is that? 18,964, 18,964 dot 50. Okay, stretch this out here a little bit. All right, we got ASR low at 18,793, 18,793.75. All right. So some hypos. Well, we have VWAP. Okay, VWAP could act as support. All right. VWAP could act as support. Value area high could either act as support or resistance. All right. We have right now, looks like is acting a little bit as resistance. So we're kind of in a weird place here, right? Right between value area high and VWAP. Okay. If we can get a close, I would say above, let's say 18,930, then that would bode well to the bulls. Okay. If we can get a close below VWAP, that would bode well for the sellers. Okay. That would open up settlement price as a target for this action, because we did get a relatively strong, either someone got out of their longs, right, and or it came in short here, right. This is not a wimpy candle here by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, now the question is he still around, right? Is he still around? If he's still around, chances are there's probably another leg lower, right? If he's still around, maybe there's a little bit of a retracement that we do here, maybe up to, I don't know, the 50% or the 38% retracement here, and for another leg lower. All right, that's certainly a possibility. All right, or we start to chip away and off of VWAP offer us an opportunity back to retest the bottom end of ASR here. All right. So those are a few scenarios here. We are still about 20 the open of the market, kind of in a weird zone right now, to be honest with you, on whether to go short or long on this market. Okay, there's some evidence to go long, other evidence to go short. So when I'm confused like that, or there's how you say, some inconsistencies, then it's best to kind of sit on your hands and let the market kind of play itself out, and then react once it's decided. All right. Okay. All right. So that's NASDAQ. I don't think there's anything else I want to add to it. Let's go ahead and open up ES. ES1. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start with the daily. Okay, so daily chart, again, not as how you say, not quite the same level of bullishness, I would say. We're still below some levels here that may continue to be resistant. 5350, 5340 may continue to be resistant up to, I guess, as high as almost 5370, right? This area here is an area, you know, where we could see some potential selling, right? If this level, you know, continues, or this price action continues, right? If I'm bullish, well, obviously I want to see a new high, right? I want to see an established new high. I want to get above this wick and close. That would be a definitive, you know, statement or a price event to indicate that the bulls are still very much in control. The fact that we are, you know, 3/4 and maybe even 75%, not 75, 80, 85% through this candle, also is giving a little bit of a message. But we have yet to close above the body of this candle, and until we do, well, then you have to, you know, you have to say that the, you know, bears are still in place. The bears are still around. Okay, moving on to the 4-hour chart. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we have an engulfing candle development. All right, developing an engulfing candle around an area where we would expect sellers to be. Okay, so again, something we want to keep an eye on. 30-minute chart. We have again, similar to what we were seeing in the NASDAQ chart, right? We're kind of in this, let's go ahead and draw fixed range volume profile, and then we'll talk some more here. Let's locate the 630 candle. It's right there. Drag that across to all the way through Monday. Right there. So we're kind of in that, you know, range. Okay. We came inside, right? We came inside value. We tried to peak above it, and that was rejected. Now we're, you know, flirting with, I would say, probably another leg lower. You know, I think, you know, based on what I'm seeing so far, this feels like, you know, maybe we will make, you know, one of these moves, right? Back down to maybe this range over here, right? 100% extension of this initial push lower, right? But I do need to see, you know, price start to break some of these levels, right? I can't see rejections. You know, if I'm expecting it to go down to this 51, 53.20, 53.19 level, then I need price action to begin to support that view. All right. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of buying wicks around a reference level, which could indicate higher pricing. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open up ADR. ADR here is unlike NASDAQ, a little bit was not breached. Okay. So we have here ADR high at 53.42. Okay, we're going to go ADR low here at, where's ADR low? ADR low here at, what is that, 53.01. 53.01 is ADR low. 53.01. And we have settlement at 53.21.50. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call out the other levels, ASR, but understand that settlement is the session has yet to open. So we'll probably need to adjust these levels, but I'll call them out anyway, because we've already gotten a little bit of reversal away from them, right? So we got 53.38, 53.38, okay, and we have 53.02.50, 53.02.50, all right. So we had a nice reversal pre-market away during, I guess, London away. So some of these people who were looking long, they said, I think I've had enough. I don't see it moving the way I'd expect it to move. Sellers got some confidence and took the market back down, right? Got out of their positions and ended up closing a really strong bearish candle. Now the question is this are these sellers still around? And if they are, well, then they're probably not going to let price get above 53.38. Okay, right? If price does get above, if price does get above 53.38, I don't know what happened to my ASR level. If price does get above 53.38, then yeah, then we start to think maybe that we are going to continue higher, right? Because this seems like we're still relatively, I don't know, flat to higher in the market. Okay. Not really a fan of the price action that I'm seeing here. I'd like to be closer to some of these extremes, some of these price levels. All right. Initial balance is not being drawn because initial balance is 15 minutes away from opening here. All right. So as far as hypos, well, we did get a close back inside value. It did not, for now, has yet to have a follow through move. Maybe because it's around some of these areas of our levels that we care about, right? Hard to have a move through when you have some resistance in this way, right? We have cement price, we have this consolidation, we have EMAs, a lot to get through to get to the other side of value here. Okay. All right, let's take a peek and see if nothing. All right, no questions there. Let's go ahead and close out with YM. All right, start with the daily. Okay, so the Dow by far is the weakest of all the equity markets. Okay, I would say that the Nasdaq is the bullish, followed by ES, and now the Dow is, I would say, is the weakest of the three. All right. Um, any reason, based on what I'm seeing here, why price cannot make its way all the way back down to this area here? I don't see anything in its way outside of maybe this area here. It's a pretty clear path to the downside in the Dow. All right. By far, it's the most bearish of the three equities. Okay. 4-hour chart. Here we are hovering around EMAs, hovering around settlement price, not making any significant strides in either direction. See if I can pull back this, right? Hovering around all these things that we care about, right? We had a push, retrace, push down, somewhat of a retrace. Do we get another push down? That's what it looks like to me. 30-minute chart. Okay, we had a nice conviction candle, breaking some of the hopes of the buyers. Okay, we have another consolidation pattern developing, another potential bearish engulfing candle that's about 11 minutes away from completing. Okay, below settlement, below VWAP. All right, let's go ahead and open up ADR. So ADR is well above us. So we have ADR here at typing these levels, 39,117. That's ADR high, 39,117. We got ADR low at, what is that? 39,008 looks like, 008. 39,008. We have settlement at 39,157. We'll go ahead and call out some of these ASR levels, similar to what we called out. We got 39. That should have been, well, 80 should have been 320. Sorry, guys. That should have been 320. And this is 273, 39,273. Okay, and we got ADR, ASR low here at 38,996. 38,996. All right. Okay, so this market, as I mentioned, I think we talked through. One thing we haven't drawn yet is the fixed range volume profile. So let's locate the Friday here. Squeeze down here more. Okay, right about there. Drag that across to Include Monday. Right there. All right. So we've already kind of traversed the entire range of value. All right. Now we're at value area low. Now the question is this area going to be supportive? Okay. Is value area low going to be supportive? Okay. If it is, then obviously we're not going to get a close below value area low. We notice how many times have we hit this level and reversed? 1, 2, 3. Each time we reversed away from it. Is this going to be a third time? Or are we going to get a close below and then open up some of these levels that we have below us? We have ADR low here. We have ASR low here. So we'll have to see what the initial balance range provides us. Okay. But right now, it seems to me that we should be looking for some opportunities, okay, to the bearish side, right? Unless we're a believer that this area here is going to be supportive, okay? Ideally, my feeling is that 39,000 level would be a far better place to set that stake in the ground to for a potential reversal, okay, higher. I'm not convinced that this area here is going to hold price. And I'm already starting to get some evidence of that. Okay. All right. So I think that is all. I don't know, Tron. I can take a peek at one market of your choice. I have about 8 minutes here before the market opens. Tron, any particular market that you want to have me take a look at? Otherwise, we're gonna. You're welcome, Shark Trends. You're welcome, Riselek and Frizu. We got Roman. What's TQ? Oh, what's TQ? TQQ or QQQ? All right. Well, Tron's being quiet. So, yeah. So I'm basically going to call it, guys. Don't be afraid, guys, to hit the like button on your way out to encourage me to come out every morning. TQQ. All right. What is TQQ? TQQ. TQQQ. Ultra Pro. TQQQ. Okay, TQQQ. All right. Well, what am I seeing here? Okay. Well, I see price consolidating around a couple of confluence levels, right? We have the VWAP, and we have both the ADR and the ASR providing us some levels here. Okay. So what could happen? Well, first thing that I'm seeing is the potential of is a potential extension move higher. Okay, if price can remain above this ADR or ASR level, pick your poison. We can head up to 66.84, maybe as high as 67.96. Right. Obviously, price needs to stay above VWAP, and preferably, I'd like to see a break of this structure close before I completely embrace that view, right? But I guess what I do like is that it is responding off of a known reference level in my ADR or in the ASR level. Okay. So that's what I like about this move. I don't know what it looks like. I'm assuming on the day chart, we're in a bullish view in the market, except I guess, right? This was kind of a daunting kind of, right? So we have a developing daily chart, a developing daily candle to the upside, and we are responding above this. So again, I think as long as we can get a close, a 30-minute close, we can take there's a reasonable chance for price to continue higher in this market. You might even want to demand that price close above, say, 66 in order to fully kind of, but I guess the more conservative you are, the more risk, because the stop loss needs to be below 64.92, right? In order to support that trade. All right. So I don't know, Roman, whether that answers some of your questions. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now in this TQQQ. Never traded it before. Just looking purely on price action and on how it's reacting to some of the levels that I take a look at. All right, Roman. All right. Well, while I wait for Roman to respond here, guys, I just want to wish everyone I guess. Go ahead, Salo. Before I say goodbye to everyone. Salo, what market? You're welcome, Sapadia. Yes, have a good day trading. ZN, is that the bond? Zinc. Did I get that right? Zinc. Oh, it's 10-year note. Why am I saying zinc? Okay, let's do this one. All right, 10-year note. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the daily. Daily looks like had a little bit of a gap higher. I can turn off some of these, this and this. Okay, so what to make of this market here, guys? Let's see, I feel okay. This kind of is catching my attention here a little bit. Okay, I do need to see price above this channel to really embrace longs. Okay, feel like right now I'm kind of at the mercy of the bears. Okay, so that's one aspect. What is the overall market trying to do? Well, let's see here. What is it trying to accomplish here? Well, I think it's trying to go higher. Okay. We did get a break above this level here. We've retraced maybe a little bit further than I would expect it. Okay, here, but we are developing something that would indicate probably would like to see price close above this channel, obviously, for me to support really the embrace the longs. Okay. So yeah, I would say that it's attempting long in an area in a bearish channel. Okay. If it breaks above, let's say 109.875 or 109.80, okay, 109.80, then maybe we start to change the tides here a little bit. Let's see, let's look at the 4-hour chart. Also, again, might need to adjust this a little bit, but we are seeing that maybe an attempt here to break above this channel to the upside. We do have this EMA here that could be resistant at 109.10. Let's see. So yeah, that's, I guess if I'm a bull, that's promising, right? Because I got a break of structure here, another break of structure here. But I have to admit that I am still in a bearish channel, right? Can't really say that I've kind of, I guess, fully broken through this bearish at price action, right? I do have this EMA hanging above me that could be resistant. Right? We broke this resistance level to the downside. This actually might be a good area to support a continuation move to the downside. Okay, 30-minute chart. I don't know exactly when this market opens, but I suspect that it probably opens when the equities open. Is that right? So when does the bond? When do the notes, the 10-year notes open? Is that 9:30 Eastern? 9:30 Eastern on the bonds there, Cello? Okay. Well, I'm going to treat it as a 9:30. So I'm just going to do a volume profile here on Friday. Let's do this. I'm not sure if this is accurate. Don't trade this. Okay, so we'll treat it just like we treat the equities. Okay, so we have a price is above value, above VWAP, above okay, initial balance. So it might be actually establishing here. So we have initial balance in it already starting here. Okay, looks like as early as 5:30. So I need to adjust this back. Okay. In any case, looks like it's above value. Okay. It's reached the EMA, which could be an area for possible reversal lower, right? For continuation, right? Because this feels like it could be just merely a retracement, right, of this move down here. Okay. That's kind of how it feels to me. All right. Can't ignore the fact that we have broken some structure here to the upside. Okay, but we have come up to a level that could cause price to head lower. All right, so we have another, is that the full initial balance range? Looks like it might be. Okay, just kind of comparing it to and it's probably in line, maybe slightly wider. Yeah, so hard to say exactly what to expect here. I would be inclined, assuming I got something that would indicate some bearishness here around these levels, then maybe I could expect a leg lower in this market. If we continue to see green, then candles, then I would start to see look for VWAP or maybe the top end of initial balance to provide me a level for a continuation to the upside. Right now, I'm not sure. I don't know what, this doesn't move all that fast for sure. Okay, so New York time. Okay, well, yeah, so interesting to see what happens here with this initial balance range. It seems like it established this a little bit early. I don't know why, but maybe I need to change the time. I'm not sure. (9:30) to New York session. Okay, looks like it's okay. Yeah, so again, we're at a level that could offer a reversal lower, Saul. Okay, this is an area which could offer a reversal lower. I'm a little hesitant because it did break structure above, it did break VWAP above, but I'm not really keen on buying on a breakout. I would need to see some sort of pullback, maybe down to VWAP or something along those lines for me to want to participate in this move. Okay. Or maybe value area high would be another area here. Okay. Again, I don't know really much about this market. Don't really. Okay. So, but this area right here seems to be ripe for buying. I'm not sure I would want to participate necessarily here at the top. I'd like to participate in some sort of move, that where I can manage my risk some. What's the tick value of the notes here, Solo? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. 830. Yeah, that makes sense. It's aligned with gold. Yeah, well, initial balance is already completed if it's 8:30. So initial balance is done. So now the question is, we're probably waiting for some price action to form here on the 15-minute or something along those lines to see whether we're going to get an IB extension to the upside or whether we're going to get a reversal off of IB edge high, IB high. But I need to see, something in the way, like what we're getting now, I guess, to some degree. We're getting a lot of wicks indicating. Let's see if the 15-minute candle here. Yeah, 15-minute candle is similar. So yeah, it'll be interesting to me to see how this candle closes in the next 7 minutes or so, and then see if it closes, bearish. Then maybe that might be an indication for a move lower. If we do get an extension higher, then we can use IB edge as an area for us to participate in that long move. Okay. It's $15 a tick, Salo. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have here, guys, for the markets. So hopefully that was helpful, Salo. Don't know much about this market. Don't want to guide. You don't want to be too aggressive, at least from on my end, without really understanding this market a little bit better, and how it reacts off of IB edge and things of that nature. Okay. But I do see some evidence that maybe we could see a reversal off of IB edge further lower. But I do need some price action to indicate. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's it for me. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. We will have group coaching later this afternoon for those top step people. Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Have an excellent day trading. Be patient, wait for your levels, execute your process, and the equity that you desire will come. All right, guys. Have a good one.